Theory base of accounting. Now we say that theory base of accounting, simply it is a very interesting topic and the entire accounting is based on this. जितना भी हम लोगों का accounting है वो इस पर based है और कहीं based नहीं है सारा. Now I am sharing with you the screen. Can I share with you the screen or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Theory base of accounting. Theory base of accounting. Now we say that for each and we say that accountancy is a subject. Clear? Now just like science, it is also a subject or it is a systematic body of knowledge. When it is a systematic body of knowledge, it is based on certain principles, certain concepts, certain assumptions, etc. That is considered as a theory base of accounting. We say that for any practical aspect, for recording, etc., we have to follow certain things. Just recollect your class 10th science only. H2O. H2O is a, we can say when we say that H2O, it means your water or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now H2O is water. Now in case if we combine two this thing, atoms of hydrogen like this, then we will get water, this particular thing. Same here for accounting. Now we say that accounting is based on certain things. The first thing is that we must know what is the meaning of accounting principles. In science is also based on accounting principles or not? Any idea about principles meaning? Any idea about the meaning of principles?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Okay. Leave it now. No problem there. We say that principles are basically generally accepted. Generally accepted rules which are being followed. These are being followed, which are being followed while recording the transactions. Recording transactions. And we say that these are universally acceptable. Whether you record the transactions or I record the transactions or any CA record the transaction, these principles are being followed. Agreed or not? आप ट्रांजैक्शन रिकॉर्ड करते हो या मैं करती हूँ, हर कोई इस चीज को फॉलो करेगा. हम लोग ये नहीं बोल सकते, we cannot say this thing कि that since Ishita is recording transaction, so she will be following some different rules. I am preparing the accounts, I will be following different rules. No. Same rules are being followed by everybody while recording the transactions. Just the purpose of this is that so that we can get the desired result, same result all over world, not in India, even all over world. These transactions are being recorded in a similar manner. So that's why we say that these are generally accepted principles or these are generally accepted rules. And who made these rules? You and I have made the rules. Means experts of accounting have made these rules. These are man-made rules. We can say man-made rules. Man-made rules. These are flexible in nature. Flexible in nature. Flexible in nature. Means in case if we think that this principle is not acceptable nowadays, then we can simply change that particular principle without anything. Agreed or not? Till here, is this clear, bache? Ishita?
Yes, ma'am.
Now then we can say that these are generally accepted principles. These are generally accepted principles, and we say that these must be relevant. These must be relevant. First thing is that relevant, important hona chahiye, related with the transactions hona chahiye. Otherwise, that is useless. Another thing we can say, this particular thing, it must be recorded in an objective manner, free from any biases, free from any liking or disliking. Means in case if Ishita likes the transactions, only then it will be recorded. If Ishita does not like the transaction, it will not be recorded. No way. Whether Ishita likes or not, in case if the transaction has taken place, that will be recorded in an objective manner. Means it must be based on some evidence, on some basis. And these bases, maybe we can say source documents. In case if you have deposited cash into bank, then that transaction must be recorded based on pay-in slip. Are you familiar with the term pay-in slip or not, bache?
No, ma'am.
Whenever we deposit, have you visited any bank?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, whenever you visit any bank, suppose you want to deposit cash or you want to deposit check in your bank account, then you have to fill one particular pro forma. That pro forma is known as pay-in slip. That is, spelling is PAY dash in slip. Pay-in slip. In this slip, you will mention your name of the account, date, amount, the person or the name of the account holder, address, his phone number, and the amount in words and figures. This will be mentioned in this slip or in this document, and that is known as your pay-in slip. You cannot say this thing that in case if you want to just visit the bank and you want to deposit the amount, you will just take that cash and ask the person to take this amount. He will not accept that amount. And he will say, please fill a slip. Where is the slip? That is your pay-in slip. Agreed or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you seen checkbook? Any checkbook? Have you seen any check? Do you have any account in bank or not, Viche?
Ma'am, I have.
You have. Okay. Now, since you are less than 18, it may be possible that you may not be having checkbook facility. But your parents may be having that checkbook facility. In case if they want to withdraw, forget about ATM card, debit card, credit card, forget about ATM. In case if you want to withdraw from the branch, then you will have to use the checkbook. Whenever there is withdrawal, then for that purpose, you will have to use check. You have to fill that check. Only then the payment will be made. Clear? Then the another thing could be, we can say, I hope this is clear or not, pay-in slip meaning?
Yes, ma'am. This is clear.
In an objective manner, the transaction should be recorded. It is free from biases. Then the next is, we can say, feasible. Feasible means these must be applied without any complexity and cost. In case if accounting principles are too costly, then we cannot follow those principles. These must be economical and these must be less complicated, means these must be easy to understand. Only then the purpose of accounting principles will be served or will be achieved. Without that, nahi achieve hoga hum logon ka. Now, what is the need for this accounting principles? Simple. Now, can you just tell me what could be the need or importance? Why we need principles? Just on this basis, what we have discussed right now. Please. Nishita. Is it important or not? Just tell me first of all this thing. Now, what could be the reason for this? I agree with this thing that this is important.
Ma'am, this is important because with the help of these accounts, we can manage our sales and we
Yes.
can determine our profit or loss of the company.
Yes.
And this helps in decision making.
Yes. Will it help in comparison or not?
Yes, ma'am, to previous year profit and loss and this year profit and loss.
Yes. Another thing, suppose you are preparing accounts and my concern is also preparing account. Now, can you compare accounts of your firm and my firm?
Yes, ma'am.
On what basis? Based on accounting principles or not, you will assume or I will assume that the same accounting principles are being followed by you and being followed by me. Only then we can compare. If you are following altogether different accounting principles, you are not following accounting principles and I am also not following accounting principles, then can we compare?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So that is the importance of this particular thing. Now then we can just talk about, now we are just starting with this thing, that is the accounting assumptions. Accounting assumptions. Accounting assumptions, or we can say concepts. Accounting assumptions or concept. First is going concern. Going concern assumption. Now, suppose you have established one business enterprise. I'm taking simple example. Or you want to start a business. What will be your main objective at that time besides profit?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, what will be the objective? Now you want to establish a business, please tell me.
Yes, ma'am, I will.
Do you want to, when you want to establish a business, do you assume that your business will survive just for 1 year or for 2 years or indefinite time period?
Indefinite time period.
Indefinite time period. So that is the going concern assumption. Just note, you can note down this thing. But a business will continue. Business will continue for indefinite time period. Indefinite time period. Indefinite time period. Means in simple words, we can say that your main intent, whenever we establish any business time, your main intention of the business, your main intention will be that this business will survive for indefinite time period, or you will not close your business in near future. Just on this basis, we classify the expenses. Have you heard the term capital expenditure and revenue expenditure or not? Just tell me.
Yes,
Have you heard?
yes, ma'am.
Capital expenditure and revenue expenditure. Revenue expenditure. Now, can you just tell me what is the meaning of capital expenditure? Any idea? Yes? Any idea?
Ma'am, ma'am,
Yes. Capital expenditure. Meaning of capital.
funds used by company to acquire, upgrade, and maintain physical assets such as property, plant.
Yes, property, plant. So can we say that capital expenditure is basically benefit the firm for more than 1 year or less than 1 year?
Less than 1 year.
No, benefits the firm for more than 1 year. For more than 1 year. For more than 1 year. Now, suppose you have purchased building. I'm giving you this example. You have purchased building. Now, will building benefit just for 1 year to the business or more than 1 year?
More than 1 year.
1 year. So that becomes capital expenditure. Revenue expenditure is that which benefit the firm just for 1 year only. Revenue expenditure is that which benefit the firm, which benefit the firm for 1 year only. 1 year only. This particular thing. And why we bifurcate this? This is just because of going concern assumption. When we say that our business will continue for indefinite time period, just on this basis, we bifurcate expenses or expenditure into two major categories, that is the capital expenditure and revenue expenditure. I hope this particular thing is clear or not.
Ma'am, clear.
Now then the second assumption could be, we can say simple, that is the consistency. Consistency assumption. Consistency assumption. I'm just giving you one simple example. If your teacher, any subject teacher, keeps on changing, what will be its result on your performance? In 1 year, suppose your subject of one teacher keeps on changing. What will be its result? Yes.
To perform good.
Your performance will be affected or not?
Yes, ma'am.
And we can say that your result will also be affected.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, same is for your business concern also. We say that accounting principles and practices should be followed for a long period of time, not just for 1 year. There should be consistency in accounting principles being followed by any business organization. I'm just giving you one example for this, that is your depreciation. Have you heard this term or not?
Yes,
Depreciation. Now we say that depreciation, there are two methods. Basically in class 11, there are two methods. Two methods. One is your straight line. Straight line. Another is your WDV, that is the written down value method. Written down value method. Written down value method. These are two important methods of depreciation. And the result or the answer of these two methods will always be different. Now, in case if we keep on changing frequently, first year I've used straight line, second year I've used WDV, third year also WDV, then fourth year straight line. Now, is there any consistency? in the depreciation?
Ma'am, can you repeat?
There are two methods of charging depreciation: straight line and WDV. In first year, you charge depreciation as per straight line method. Second year, you charge depreciation as per WDV method. Third year also WDV. And then again you switch over to straight line. Again WDV. So will there be any consistency? Uniformity hai? Will there be any uniformity?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Okay, yes, clear this particular thing. Now, when there is no there is no consistency, then can you compare the performance of any firm?
No, ma'am.
Or can you compare the result, accounting profit or profit of firm? Your profit will be different when we follow straight line method and WDV method. And
No
in
problem.
case if you keep on changing these two methods, then we say that your profit will be different and you may not be in a position to compare. That's why we say that there should be consistency. Means same accounting principle, same accounting practice and procedure should be followed. Once we have selected that, and while selecting, we should see all pros and cons of the method. It could be possible that for you, one particular method may be suitable. For me, that method may not be suitable. So you will follow the method which is suitable for your concern, and I will follow the method which is suitable for my concern. And on that basis, we cannot compare the performance of your firm and my firm. Is this assumption clear or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Then the third is your accrual. Accrual assumption. Now we say that the simple meaning is that the transaction should be recorded. Transaction should be recorded Transaction should be recorded when they are entered into. When they are entered into. When they are entered into. Irrespective of the aspect. Irrespective of the aspect. Irrespective of the aspect, whether amount is received or not. Whether amount is received or not. Amount is received or not. In simple words, what is the meaning of this particular thing? Suppose Ishita has sold goods to Monita. Ishita and Sons has sold goods to Monita and Sons on credit. Now this transaction will be recorded right now itself. Whether we have received the amount or not, it will not make any difference to anybody. Is this clear or not, Ishita?
No, ma'am.
Suppose you have sold goods. See this. On 1st July, Ishita sold goods. Ishita sold goods to money on credit, suppose. Worth rupees 58,000. Now, will you record this transaction on 1st or not?
Yes, ma'am.
It will be recorded. Clear? Now, whether you have received the amount or not, that is not important. आपको amount मिला नहीं मिला उससे फर्क नहीं पड़ा. ये है चीज आपका. You will record this transaction on 1st July. Irrespective of the aspect whether you have received the amount or not. In case if the title has been changed, title of ownership has been changed, it will be recorded at that moment itself. That is the meaning of your accrual assumption. Suppose you have provided services to me and I have not paid amount to you till now. You have provided me services for the month of, suppose, September. And today is 2nd and I have not provided you salary till now. Will you will just demand salary from me or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. On for which month? You will demand salary immediately. Ki, ma'am, I have worked for you for the month of September. So salary is due. Please give me my salary. Agreed or not?
Yes, ma'am. This
is a thing of accrual assumption. Now, any confusion, any problem till here? Just tell me.
No, ma'am. Ma'am, accrual assumption is clear, but one question in consistent assumption.
Yes.
If we want to.
Can you repeat better? Your voice is breaking.
Ma'am, if we want to compare our accounts with another firm, so we should know that which method they are applying in making their accounts, straight line method or written down value method.
Better leave that thing. We say that whenever, in case if we are preparing account, we just talk about Ishita and Company. Now, Ishita and Company should prepare or should follow the same method of depreciation for number of years. And in case if Ishita is comparing or one is comparing Ishita and another firm, then the proper concern should be given or proper weightage should be given or proper consideration should be given for the method of depreciation being followed by Ishita and other firm. Only then we can compare the performance of the firm.
Okay.
Now then accrual, after accrual, we can just talk about accounting principles, other accounting principles. Accounting principles. Accounting principles. First is your accounting entity. Accounting entity or business entity. Accounting entity or business entity. In accounting terminology, your teacher must have discussed with you the term capital or not?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the meaning of capital?
The amount of money we invest in the business is called capital.
Okay, the amount invested by the owner is known as capital. Clear? Now, what we consider capital as a liability or not? Do we consider capital as liability or not?
Yes, ma'am.
It is a liability towards owner.
Business?
We say that capital is liability towards owner. Whenever the business closes its activities, will owner get back his capital or not? Please tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
So that is your business entity. We record transactions from business point of view. Transactions are recorded from business point of view. Business point of view, not from owner's point of view. Not from owner's point of view.
But okay. Ma'am, if the owner invests capital, so
yeah,
business have to pay them, return them their money to the owner.
Yes, yes, yes. Just I'm taking this example. See this. Ishita started business. I'm taking this simple example. Started business with cash, any amount. Please tell me, any amount.
Ma'am, 50,000.
Suppose 56,000. Clear? Now, just think it from business point of view. What is coming into business? From business point of view, what is coming into business? Cash. Yes, cash. There will be increase in cash or not? Cash will be increased by 56,000. Clear? This is one aspect. Now, another aspect is capital. Who has invested this amount?
Owner.
Owner. So there will be increase in capital by 56,000. Now we say that capital plus liabilities, I'm just taking this thing, capital plus liabilities is always equal to assets. This is a basic transaction, or this is a basic rule of accounting. Capital plus liabilities is equal to assets. Assets are those things which are in the name of business. जो भी चीज business के name से है, that is considered as assets. It may be your cash, it may be your machinery, it may be building, it may be anything. Agreed or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Now see this thing. Now you started business with cash. I've just said this thing, there will be increase in capital 56,000. Capital increase हुआ? Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Or not? Then there will be increase in assets, means cash will increase by 56,000. Cash will increase by 56,000. Are both the sides equal or not?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is a rule. We record transactions from business point of view, not from owner's point of view. We
Okay, ma'am.
record each and every transaction from business point of view. In simple words, we can say that the owners and business have separate existence. They are different parties. They are different personalities. I hope this is clear or not.
Yes, ma'am. This is clear.
Or any doubt, any problem here, bache?
No, ma'am.
So that was your, we can say, accounting entity. You can just note down the meaning. Business and its owners have separate existence. Business and its owners have separate existence. We record transactions from business point of view. We record transactions from business point of view. We record transactions from business point of view. Then the next is your money measurement. Money measurement principle. Money measurement principle. We say that only those transactions are recorded in account books which are measurable in money terms, or which can be expressed in money terms. Only those transactions are recorded which are measurable in money terms.
Okay, ma'am.
We will not record 5 chairs, 5 tables, etc. We will convert this, the cost of tables and chairs, into money terms. We will record on, suppose there is a fight between employer and employee. This will not be recorded in our account books. There is a strike of employees. in a business, this will not be recorded in account books at all. I hope this is clear or not.
Yes, ma'am.
Then the next could be here we can say, the third could be, we can say, accounting period. Accounting period principle. Just now we have said this thing that our business will exist for indefinite time period. In case if we calculate profit after 20 years, will it serve any purpose or not? You have started a business right now in this year, and you say that you will calculate profit after 20 years. क्योंकि indefinite time period है, मतलब जब business बंद होगा, at that moment I will calculate profit. Will that serve any purpose?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. Now we say that just because of this, the entire life of the business is being divided into small periods, and that small period is known as your accounting period. And accounting period is usually of 1 year. It is usually of 1 year or 12 months. Life of any business is being divided into small periods, and that small period is of 12 months. I hope this is clear or not.
Yes, ma'am.
At the end of the year, at the end of every year, you will just find out the profit or the loss being made by your firm, and accordingly you will take the decisions. If I say I will calculate profit after 20 years, will you agree with me or not?
No, ma'am.
What will be your viewpoint now?
Ma'am, to count profit after 1 year.
Yes, you will say that no, we must find out the profit after 12 months. That's why we just talk about financial statements, trading account, profit and loss account, and the balance sheet. Just recollect the definition of accounting or steps of accounting. First is your recording, second is your classification, and then summarizing. यही है ना stages हम लोगों का या नहीं है?
Yes, ma'am.
Recording daily, classification monthly, summarizing means trading account, profit and loss account, balance sheet, annual feature. So same here. If we say that, I'm just giving you another example. If we say that you have taken admission in class first and you will be evaluated after 12 years. Till 12th, there will be no exam, nothing else. आपको promotion दिया था, school देता जा रहा है, आपको promote करता जा रहा है. Now, will that serve the purpose? Without any exam, आपको next class में promote कर दिया.
No, ma'am.
We may not be, school may not be in a position, even student may not be in a position to find out the weak points and the strong points of the word or of student. At last, in case if we said कि 12th में exam आपका होगा, syllabus will be from class 1 to 12. Syllabus पूरा होगा आपका class 1 से लेके class 12 तक. There will be hue and cry or not?
Yes, ma'am.
This is the thing, this particular thing. Now then the next is your full disclosure. Full disclosure principle. Full disclosure principle. Full disclosure principle means that each and every important information should be disclosed in the account books so that the concerned party or the stakeholders may take correct decisions. Nothing should be concealed. Each and every important and relevant information should be disclosed so that investors may take the correct decisions, or so that the stakeholders may take the correct decisions. Is this clear or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Suppose the paper is being set, I'm just taking this thing, and then for after first term result, when we are discussing the marking scheme, हम लोग नहीं discuss कर रहे marking scheme. We say that this is not the good sign. Each and everything should be discussed. Each and everything should be disclosed in a fair manner or in a transparent manner, so that the concerned parties or so that the concerned stakeholders may take the correct decisions. Or in other words, we can say that their decisions should not be adversely affected. This is the meaning of full disclosure principle. Then the next is your materiality. Materiality principle. Materiality principle. All relevant information or all material information should be discussed, should be disclosed in the account books. All material information or all relevant information should be disclosed, should be discussed. I'm giving you one example for this. For example, for first term, class 11th की मैं अगर बात करती हूँ, now it is a responsibility of the teacher that the teacher should discuss each and every aspect of term 1 syllabus or not. Please tell me.
Yes.
Is it her responsibility or not?
Yes, ma'am.
In case if something is not being discussed, important thing is not being discussed, then the performance of the students will adversely be affected. Suppose there are MCQ, normally we say that for first term, MCQ will be there. And we are not discussing MCQ in the class, हम लोग descriptive की बात कर रहे हैं. Then, will your performance be affected or not?
Yes, ma'am. It will affect it.
Yes. So this is the meaning. We say that materiality means all the relevant information should be disclosed, should be shown in the account books. This particular thing. And this information may be relevant for you for this year, may become irrelevant for you in second year, next year. When you were a student of class 10th, syllabus of class 10th was important for you or was relevant for you. Agreed or not? Ishita?
No, ma'am, because I'm in 11th class.
Class 10, when you were a student of class 10th, was class 10th syllabus was important or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, will that syllabus, class 10th syllabus, be important for you when you are a student of class 11th?
No, ma'am.
No. So this is the meaning, this is the materiality. One information may be relevant for 1 year, may become irrelevant in the next year. It keeps on changing. Materiality keeps on changing. In 1 year, it may be immaterial. In second year, it may be material. Like this. I hope this is clear or not.
Yes, ma'am.
Then prudence. Prudence or conservatism. Conservatism. Prudence or conservatism. Business should anticipate for, business should record for all anticipated losses, or all anticipated losses should be considered by business enterprise, but not the probable gains. We should be defensive. When we say that the business should be defensive, it simply means this thing, one should take into consideration the probable losses, not the probable gains. फ्यूचर में जो लॉस होने वाला है दैट शुड बी टेकन इनटू कंसिडरेशन राइट नाउ. फ्यूचर गेन्स शुड नॉट बी कंसिडर्ड राइट नाउ. That is the meaning of your principle of prudence or conservatism. Is this clear or not?
No, ma'am.
Suppose in we say that, just I am giving you one example, stock, closing stock. Closing stock. We say that closing stock is valued either at cost or at market price, whichever is less. Why we say this thing? Closing stock is valued either at market price or at cost price, whichever is less. Why? This is just based on prudence principle or conservatism principle. Just note down this line, bache. According to this, business should record, or business should anticipate for all probable losses and expenses, not all probable gains and incomes. Probable gains and incomes.
Ma'am,
Yes. Yes, बच्चे.
मैम ये तो वो कुछ जो है जो नहीं बिके थे पहले.
Closing stock is unsold goods lying with the business enterprise at the end of the year. Unsold goods हैं ये. These are unsold goods. If I say that the cost is, suppose the cost is 90,000 and their market price is suppose 98,000. Now at which price this will be recorded in our account books? 90,000, which is less, whichever is less. And this is just, we say that business must take into consideration the probable losses. फ्यूचर में जो लॉस होने वाला है या जो एक्सपेंसेस हैं फ्यूचर के, उनको कंसीडर करना है, नॉट द फ्यूचर गेन्स एंड फ्यूचर प्रॉफिट्स. ये है, आपको डिफेंसिव होना है. वी हैव टू बी डिफेंसिव. सिंपल. What is the meaning of defensive? We must be careful or not? Extra cautious होना है?
Yes, ma'am.
So in order to be extra cautious, we must consider the future losses or not in advance.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is a thing here. Nothing else for this.
Okay, ma'am.
Then after this, the next could be simply, we can say, that is your cost principle. Cost principle is your next. Cost principle, or the another is your historical cost. Historical cost. Historical cost. Suppose we have purchased one asset at 95,000. At which value it will be recorded in our account books?
95,000.
Yes, 95,000. That is a cost of principal. And this becomes the basis for each and everything of this asset. The asset should be recorded at its cost price, not at the market value. Not at the market value, and it becomes the basis for future calculations, etc.
Okay, ma'am.
This is your historical cost or cost principle. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Then the next is your matching. Matching principle. Just note down this thing. Cost should be matched with the revenue of that period. Expenses should be matched with the revenue of that period. That is your matching principle.
Ma'am, please repeat.
Expenses should be matched with the revenue of that period only. With that period only. I'm just giving you one example for this. Suppose cost of 95 units, 90 units is 90 units is, let's say for example, 90,000. And you have sold 65 units. 65 units for rupees, let's say for example, for rupees 1,30,000. Now we say that the cost and the revenue should be matched. This cost is of how many units? Cost is of how many units?
90.
90. And selling price, we have sold number of units. How many number of units we have sold?
65.
65. So should we find out the cost of 65 units or not?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is your matching principle, bache. If cost of 90 units is 90,000, then the cost of 60 units will be how much? 65 units. Please tell me. Cost of 65 units. Kitna hoga? Calculate. $90,000 divided by 90 into 65. Cost of 90 units is 90,000 per unit cost. 1,000 per unit or not? Ishita,
Yes, ma'am.
what is the per unit cost? See this. 90,000 divided by 90. Find out this. Kitna hua?
1,000.
1,000 is per unit cost. Per unit cost. Per unit cost. Then the cost of 65 units will be how much? 65 into 1,000. What is total cost of 60? This thing 65,000. Now what is the profit here? You have sold 65 units for 1,30,000. What will be the profit here? Will you deduct, forget about that thing. Will you deduct 90,000 from 1,30,000 or 65,000 from 1,30,000? क्या deduct करोगे आप?
Ma'am, kya?
Matching principle says that the expense should be matched with the revenue. You have revenue of 1,30,000. Agreed?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, will you deduct 90,000 from this or 65,000 from this 1,30,000?
Ma'am, we find out the profit.
Yes,
Ma'am, 65,000.
yes. So what is that? That is your matching principle. Expense and revenue should be matched. Or not? Ishita, I hope clear hai?
Yes, ma'am.
Then after this, the next is your, and that is an important aspect. That is a dual aspect. Dual aspect principle. Dual aspect principle. Each and every transaction has two aspects. Each and every transaction, each transaction has two aspects. Two aspects. Each and every transaction is having two aspects of equal amounts. Of equal amounts. I've just taken one example that started business with cash. I'm just taking that example again. Started business with cash. With cash. $5,40,000 suppose. Now, which are the two aspects here? See this. One is your cash. Another is your capital. Your cash will increase by how much? From business point of view. Your cash will increase by how much, Ishita?
5,40,000.
Yes, 5,40,000 on one aspect. This is your one aspect. What about capital?
5,40,000.
Increase. Agreed or not? Now here your cash is being debited. Cash is being debited because cash is asset for the business. Increase in asset is being debited. And on the other hand, your liability will also increase by same amount, and that is being credited. Increase in capital is being credited. Increase in asset is being debited. Increase in capital is being credited with the same amount. Increase and decrease will be with the same amount. I hope this is clear or not. And in case, if you just see which book you are following, bache? Your school?
Ma'am, NCRT.
NCRT. Okay. Now, otherwise, in case if you just see NCRT or any other book, we say that the double entry bookkeeping system. What is the meaning of double entry? Double, dual. And at last we say that our balance sheet must agree. Both the sides of balance sheet must agree. Why? Because this is based on dual aspect assumption or dual aspect principle. See any transaction, there will be equal debit and credit. Frame any transaction, think of any transaction. Just think of any transaction. And then I will discuss that. Just tell me, any transaction. or any
Sales of
event.
goods.
Hmm?
Sales of goods.
Repeat.
Sales of goods.
Sales of goods. Sales of goods. Can you just tell me the amount? Any amount.
Ma'am, 1 lakh.
1 lakh. Clear? You have sold goods. Now we are assuming that this is cash. When you sell goods, your cash will increase or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Cash will be debited by 1 lakh. And on the other hand, your sales will be credited. Sales will be credited by 1 lakh. Will both the sides be equal or not?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is your dual aspect. Then after this, revenue recognition. Revenue recognition. Revenue recognition. Revenue should be recognized when the right to receive revenue is established. Means in simple words, suppose you have sold goods on credit to me. Sold goods on credit to me. You will record this transaction right now in your account books, because now you have a right to receive amount from me. That is the meaning of your revenue recognition. Is this clear or not? Revenue recognition.
Yes, ma'am.
After this, we can say the another could be verifiable. 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 We say that each and every transaction should be recorded on the basis of some evidence. Means we must verify the transactions. Only then the transaction should be recorded. That is the meaning of verifiable. On some evidence or on some proof. We started with this thing. Suppose you have deposited cash into bank. Then you will have to see the paying slip. This particular thing. You have sold goods.
So the bill will help us.
Then you will just see the sales invoice. Like this. Is this clear or not? Theory base में यहाँ तक clear है या कुछ problems हैं? Ishita.
Ma'am, this is clear.
Now then, what is the next subtopic here? What you want to discuss right now? Has your teacher discussed with you accounting standards or not?
Ma'am, मैम ने तो अभी तक नहीं कराया.
इतना ही करवाया है या आगे बताऊं मैं?
मैम आप बता दो.
Accounting, we can say accounting standards. Accounting standards. Accounting standards. Just note down this thing. Accounting meaning, please note down the meaning. These are set of guidelines. Set of guidelines. Set of guidelines to be followed. To be followed. To be followed while preparing account books. While preparing account books. While preparing account books while preparing account books. While preparing account books. Clear? The purpose of accounting standards, these are set guidelines. Okay. Now, when these are set guidelines and these must be followed while preparing the account books, it is but natural that there will be uniformity or not. Will there be uniformity?
Yes,
In
ma'am.
case if you are following the accounting principles, you are following the accounting standard. I am also following the accounting standards, same accounting standards. There will be uniformity in account books. Uniformity in account books will be there. Similarly, you will be in a position to compare.
Okay, ma'am.
Another thing is that these accounting standards are mandatory in nature. Accounting standards have to be followed while preparing the account books. You cannot avoid these accounting standards. I cannot avoid these accounting standards. Every accounting firm or every business firm has to follow these accounting standards. These are mandatory in nature. Mandatory in nature. Means nobody can avoid this. In case if we are preparing account books, we have to follow these accounting things. Otherwise, the purpose, or we can say the accounts of that particular firm will become useless. This is the meaning. And another thing is that these are accounting standards are flexible in nature. These are flexible in nature. It may be possible that now one particular principle may be, or one accounting standard may become useless after 3 years or after 4 years. Then we have to discard that thing. These are flexible in nature. This particular thing. So this is the meaning of accounting standards. Clear? In India, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, ICAI, establishes the accounting standards. इंडिया में कौन फ्रेम करता है अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स को? इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स ऑफ इंडिया. ये एसोसिएशन फ्रेम करती है हम लोगों का. This particular thing. I hope this is meaning is clear or not.
Yes, ma'am.
Then we can just say, in case if we are following, everybody is following accounting standards, what could be the advantages of this? Just tell me. Indirectly, we have discussed right now. What could be the advantages? Yes, Ishita?
We can compare.
Yes, we can compare. Very good. There will be uniformity
Yes, ma'am.
or not?
Yes.
And we can understand the accounting statements very easily without
Yes,
any problem. Because if we are having knowledge of accounting standards, and we can just see the account books of any firm and then arrive at whether those financial statements are correct or not.
Yes, ma'am.
This is a thing here. I hope this is clear or not.
Ma'am, clear.
So this was the thing जो आपका था. Now I will also discuss with you one thing as per the latest syllabus, that is the Ind AS. Ind AS. Ind AS. That is the Indian Accounting Standards. Ind AS means Indian Accounting Standards. Indian Accounting Standards. Indian Accounting Standards. Indian accounting standards. This thing. In one line, you can just note down the meaning of Indian accounting standards, Peter. In one line, just note down.
Yes, ma'am.
Ind AS are a set of accounting standards, notified under the Companies Act that converge with international financial reporting standards, within bracket IFRS. International Financial Reporting Standards. Now, what is the meaning of this particular thing? Just because of globalization and privatization, we may find that one particular company is having its business activities in various countries. Now, if that company has to is preparing accounts, will that particular company prepare accounts for India from Indian point of view, for UK point of view, like this? What will be the scene of that particular company? Just tell me. If there is one particular company, and that company is having its business activities spread over India and UK. I'm just taking these two countries. And the third also, suppose US. X Limited is having its business activities in India, UK and US. Will that company prepare three types of financial statements, one from Indian point of view, one from UK point of view, one from US point of view? Please tell me.
No, ma'am.
In case, yes, you are right, no. So just because of this thing, we just talk about IFRS, that is International Financial Reporting Standards. And in India, we were following our accounting standards. Some of Indian accounting standards were just like, we can say, IFRS itself. So instead of following the entire IFRS, Indian government decided that we should have Ind AS, that is Indian Accounting Standards. And these Indian accounting standards will converge IFRS also. That is the meaning of Ind AS, Indian Accounting Standards. And we say that the first thing is that Ind AS are principle based. These are principle based. This particular thing. Just tell me. These are principle based, nothing else. और कुछ नहीं है हम लोगों का. This is the one thing. Another thing is that we can just say that is your Ind AS involves fair value. Ind AS involves fair value. Fair value concept. Fair value concept. This particular thing. That is, the asset and liabilities should be shown at the fair value at the time of balance sheet. This is the meaning. And then we can just say that assumptions of Ind AS. Assumptions of Ind AS. First is, it is based on going concern. What is the meaning of going concern, bache?
Business for long time.
Yes, going concern assumption. Going concern assumption. Going concern assumption. Next could be, we can say, बेटा लाइट का थोड़ा सा वाईफाई का प्रॉब्लम है, इसलिए आपको लग रहा होगा स्क्रीन पर. Going concern assumption. Another assumption is your accrual assumption. Accrual assumption. We also know this particular thing. As and when the transaction has taken place, it should be recorded at that moment itself. Is this clear or not?
Yes, ma'am.
That is the thing. Now we say that the financial statements being prepared here as per Ind AS, financial statements as per Ind AS, as per Ind AS. First could be, we can say, statement of financial position. Statement of financial position. Statement of financial position. Statement of financial position. Do you know how do we prepare statement of financial position, bache? Balance sheet. Balance sheet. Balance sheet. Only balance sheet. That is assets and liabilities. Assets and liabilities. Assets and liabilities. This is one. Second is your, we can say, statement of changes in equity. Statement of changes in equity. Changes in equity. Statement of changes in equity. That is, we can say, shareholders fund, basically. Shareholders fund. Shareholders fund. Shareholders fund. The third could be, we can say, that is a statement of comprehensive. Statement of comprehensive income. Statement of comprehensive income, that is profit and loss. Complete. Fourth could be, we can say, your statement of cash flow. Statement of cash flow. Statement of cash flow. And the next could be notes to account. Notes to account. Ind AS is basically for companies. तो क्या होगा, ये सब कुछ हम लोगों ने जब भी फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स का बात किया है, ये क्लास 12th में जाते हैं हम लोग, और कुछ नहीं है यहाँ, कुछ नहीं करते हम लोग यहाँ, सिर्फ नाम समझा हमने, दैट्स ऑल, और कुछ नहीं है पर्पस यहाँ पर हमारा। आई होप ये कंसेप्ट क्लियर है या कुछ गड़बड़ है?
No, ma'am. Clear.
Now just tell me any other doubt or problem.
Ma'am, needs for IFRS.
Yes, IFRS means International Financial Reporting, International Financial Reporting Standards. Just know this meaning, that's all. Nothing else.
Okay, ma'am.
This particular thing, because as per now the latest syllabus, IFRS is not in syllabus. That's why I have not discussed this thing with you. In case if you want to know the meaning, you can note down the meaning of IFRS, no problem. Note down the meaning of IFRS. Should I start?
Yes, ma'am.
IFRS are a set of accounting standards. IFRS are a accounting standards developed by International Accounting Standards Board, developed by International Accounting Standard Boards, full stop. IFRS are referred to as principle-based accounting standards. Principle-based accounting standards. Principle-based accounting standards. Principle-based accounting standards.
Ma'am, complete.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now I hope your problems must have been sorted out or not,
Yes, ma'am.
or still there are some problems.
No, ma'am.
Clear? Anything else?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, thank you. No, ma'am. Ma'am, thank you.
Okay.